are now watching Keshia TV, baby. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl Keshia, and I am back with another episode of Ghetto Stories by Keshia. Today, do I have a banger for you guys. I'm gonna tell y'all the story about how I first learned how to fight, what provoked me to fight, and why I had to go up and take care of myself and defend myself because I was being bullied. And I hate bullying. That's a very good subject because how I stopped the bullying and how I first learned how to fight is very important. I was the kind of kid, and I still am very, shy. You ain't shy, but you know what I'm saying? I'm very, I ain't gonna say introverted, but I will say that I got my own way of handling things. And the way I handle things is not the way everybody agrees, disagree, agree, disagree. Get to the point. Anyway, and I was going to school as a child. I was a nerd. I was not fine as I'm is right now, as you seeing right now. Oh, but angry. I was like, sometimes I looked at that, and sometimes I looked like a straight nerd because I hit the pop bottle glasses. I was so skinny. I ain't had no hair because my hair was real short. Now I got my long dreads and I'm happy. I've grown my hair out. I've gotten formed it, big bone, get looked good. Ghetto is on the what? But I wasn't always ghetto like this fabulous. I wasn't. I was straight ghetto geek nerd. But anyway, every day I would get bullied at school. Kids would spit spitballs on my glasses, make fun, act the fool. In the ghetto, it's just we don't play. But you know what I'm saying? I was very meek and very shy at the time. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't like to fight. I'd rather just walk away and turn the oven cheek. You know what I'm saying? But it got to a point where I was tired of turning the oven cheek. And I was like, I got my body weight all this week and last week and week for that and week for that and that. And everybody was telling what they saying. One go tell her, boy, tell her. And after a while, it was just, everybody thought I was a punk. Like, I was a run over, like a push over. Like, I was something to be laughed at or made it fun of. And it ain't even like that. Because, I ain't having it like that. But so, anyway, my grandmother, we lived at Kazark Lane. Because where I'm from, one time VA, baby, it's great, boondocks, it's ghetto, you know what I'm saying? It's a small town, you know what I'm saying? It's like a post office, no stores, no sidewalks, we straight basics with no ASICs, you know what I'm saying? That's how we cake it, no icing. I'ma just be real with you, because when I do my ghetto stories, I'm gonna make it for real. It ain't gonna be no fairy tale. It's just gonna be for real the way it is, straight up ghetto hood. But anyway, I was scared to fight though. I mean, big as as I miss right now, I can handle my own. But back then I was bony and I was scared to fight. So I got bullied a whole lot in school. And so I can definitely relate to the kids who get bullied in school because that is not right. That should not be happening to anybody, anywhere. I know why nobody should be bullied and debated and knocked it out or come in almost smacked it around. It just shouldn't happen. So I'm protesting through this story, get my story out there anyway. First time I had learned how to fight, I'm going to tell you why. It was my grandma, rest her soul. My father's mother, she lived right at the end of the line where I had to walk. I lived all the way at the back of the line, and she lived all the way at the front. So every day I had to walk by her house. Like when I got all the way up to the end of the line, her house was right there. So every morning I would stop in, Grandma, you know what I'm saying? How you doing? Sit with Grandma on the porch talk, before my bus came. And it was like every afternoon when I got off the bus, I was like telling my grandma how kids was beating me up and, hitting me, teasing, bullying. Shoot, back in the day, they didn't play that. It just wasn't, it didn't go down like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's either, she told me you either fight or we don't fight. And I didn't want to fight because my grandma didn't play. It was old school, that's the way it was. She told me you got to learn how to fight. If they hit you, you better hit them big. And I was like, but I don't want to hurt nobody. But she was like, they hurting you. I don't want to hurt them. But she was like, they hurt you. But anyway, everybody has so much memories. And you got me about to cry because my grandma passed away in, I think like the year 2000 or 1999. And it's still been really rough. Here it is 2022. And I'm still missing her. I'm still gaining knowledge for everything that she taught me. But I know one thing, I won't be taking no more whippings because she taught me how to stop the bullying and how, I found out how to stop bullying in my life and how to fight for the first time. So like every day, it was like every day it happened. Plop, bam, blam. So, it was one bully on a bus. She didn't like me for nothing. So every day, me and her got the same bus stop. So it was like every day, you know what I'm saying? She would be waiting for me when we got the bus, and she was like more to the front of the bus, and I was like more to the back. So every day she was waiting on me to get off the bus so she could whip me. And I couldn't fight her, but, I got bad mouth, so I was always talking stuff. Like, I was always saying something. But then it came time to get the bus, I would sit there for a minute because I'm like, okay, I didn't talk all this mess, so I gotta find a way to, back it up, because everybody's going to be expecting me to be hyped, because I already told about, if she do this to me, I'm going to pawn, if I'm going to do this, if she do that, it's going down. So I was like, I just got to be what I'm talking about. I got to be about what I'm talking about. I can't just say I'm going to be something I didn't start. So I had to act, like I had to act like I was big and big and not the bus, like, what? What? Every day, same thing. What? Bam. What? Bam. What? Bam. I was just knocked it out every single day. And I'm like, this is not fair. Why am I keep getting whipped in? Why I ain't supposed to trip? But I wasn't going to trip. So, I went to my grandma's house crying. You know how you crying and cry gets so good you can't. And I couldn't explain to her what was going on and what had happened, because I was scared she would go, tear me up, because she had over there gave me the speech about, if anybody mess with you or hit you, you better hit them back. And I was like, I don't want to do that, because my mom had raised me in church, and mom said turn the Owen chain, but I didn't turn both chains, and both of them done got hit it. So what do you turn when you didn't turn both chains, and you still ain't got nothing else to turn, because you just got to do something. It's either fight or be fighted on. And I got tired of being fighted on. So as the story go on, it was a saga every day. I was running off the bus. One day, I even tried to run off the back of the bus through the emergency back door, busted open and hauled tail and ran home. And I got away scot-free. But there was always the next day. Monday through Friday school days, I always had to face my bully. So I got to the point where, like I said, I stopped my grandma's house every day, but she got tired of hearing it. And she had already warned me, if I come up in there again with it, then she go with me. So I was like, oh my God, I got to fight. I got to learn how to fight. So I started watching on TV, like, I started doing little workouts in the morning, like, with the Mickey Mouse Club and stuff. I get up early in the morning and work out, because even though I was a kid, I still needed to get stronger so that I could defeat my enemies. So I wouldn't be all bullied on and treated like that. So I said, you know what? I ain't gonna trip. I'm not gonna trip. You ain't see me tripping for a night. You ain't see me for a tripping night. You will see me tripping for a night. Come sit down. But anyway, like I said, it got to the point where I had boosted my little energy up from working out and stuff. And we had my little pep talks on the porch with grandma. And it was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to face my bully. Face on, hey on. It's going down. I am ready. Let's do this. And so it got to the point where I was like, okay, today's the day. Today's the day. Today's the day. I'm built up to the point where my stamina's up to the point where I know that I don't care who she is or who she thinks she is. If she got a hay rag on her head or whatever, I rip it off. You know what I'm saying? Applies. It had took me a whole hour to get my hair in a ponytail because my hair was so short. But anyway, back in the day, they go, for the dreads and my hair that growed miraculously. And I'm so glad. The best thing I ever could have did was dread my hair. But anyway, like I told you, that's a whole nother story. Okay, so it went on for months. So we got back halfway through the year, like middle way through the year, halfway through the year, middle way. Anyway, I got tired of coming home with busted lips, eyes busted, and just scared because I knew I was going to get my, whipped every single day. I know homegirl wasn't going to relent because she was way bigger than me, and plus she was whipping me, so she got more confidence every day. As the days go by, and little did she know, even though I went home with a black eye, I was feeling better every day. I was feeling stronger. I was getting bigger and I was determined. I was gonna fill myself up and plump myself right up into the beautiful lusciousness that I am right now. But I wasn't always this big and plump and dead luscious. I was bony though. I was. And I was a timid little kid. And I was like, how am I steady being persecuted when all I'm trying to do is go to school and get an education? Why I gotta be treated like this, that, and the other? Why I got to fight? Why I got to run? And on top of all of that, I got asthma, so I got to try to run. And then I can't breathe. And then I'm wheezing and sneezing, so I got to stop at my grandma's house and use my palm and talk to her. And then she see my eye all messed up, and she gonna be like, I told you, don't be letting nobody beat on you. So then she called, and then my mom and them know. So by the time I get home, I get it there. And then when I get home, they waiting on me too. Like, why you let somebody beat you up? But see, my mama was always like the type that be like, turn the other cheek. But like I told my, I said, I turn both cheek. This cheek, that, left, right, left. I steady getting beat on. He got no more cheeks to turn. But she would always say that the Lord handle it. I try to let him handle it. But I was getting beat up on a whole nother level. Like, it is beyond ghetto. It's beyond all of that. All I wanted my justice. I want equality. I got rights, right? So I said, it's when it get done, when it get done. If it ain't done, what it ain't do. If it ain't done, it's wrong. And I was saying, she beat me to the white meat, my hate to the white meat. I'm tired of getting beat it up. I want to be the aggressor. The Vanessa. You know what it is? I make Ebonic. I make my own language. I don't care. I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to tell you how I want to be told. I'm going to tell you how it really is. T-I-E-L. I ain't no sugarcoat nothing. But like I say, after going through months and months of getting whipped on, by my bully and getting, coming home from school and getting my daily, whipping. Because I got to the point where maybe that's just what I did, and just to get my butt whipped every day. I mean, she going to beat me anyway. So I might as well just go, hey, my bully was way bigger than me. She always waited for me when I got to bus. I'm like, ain't gonna be running from her because she gonna be there the next day. So I got to the point where I had just become stagnant, How they talk about people come institutionalized. I had got an air whipping on, and I was just used to get in the tap, 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 and turn cheek, cheek, cheek. So before she didn't get to me, I walk up to her, I turned her this cheek, I turned her that cheek. I said, hit me. If you think you all this, that, and the other, I woke up on the ground. So me and Grass had a lot in common, all through like school and middle school and high school years. Because every time she knocked me inside my head, I hit deployed to the ground, and I woke up. I was looking at a blade of grass, so I could see every kernel, every blade of grass, and I got real influential, and to the point where I knew that one day these stories was going to have to be told, and this one has to be told. And if you are being bullied out there, you got to take a stand. Now, if you get your ass, don't come here and sue me because I am not liable. I ain't got no 401k. This is not, don't do anything that you hear about Ghetto Stories by Keshia, because it's called Ghetto Stories by Keshia for a reason. These is all true stories, but the ghetto, and they might be a little too extreme for some artists. So like I said, if then you go try to do what I did and you get whipped it, then I'm not the one to blame. You better learn how to fight like I had to learn how to fight. What, I look like a counselor? All I do is tell a story. You look at a story, you laugh, cry, smile. We share this, to share, click share, and subscribe. And while I'm talking about that, if you have not subscribed, what is you waiting for? It ain't but so many ghetto stories time on YouTube. It's a lot of story time, but it gets to the point where it's ghetto, where a person can be they self, express they self, tell you what it is when you already know what it ain't. That's what makes the difference in all of ghetto fabulous love the channel. Anyway, you got. I get a little messed up, but like I said, if you have not already subscribed, what is you waiting for? It's so much. These stories is going to be busting. You're going to go back and forth to listen to them over and over and over. Get a good laugh because you're going to remember. It might be situations in your life where you have to rewind and go back and watch one of my stories to help you get yourself back on track. So what you look like at a dog, listen to me. So like I say, I had reached my final scroll. I ran in the house one day crying, couldn't breathe, having an asthma attack, snot out my nose, crying, Grandma! She hollered, why? I said, they don't whip me again. She said, well, you already know what it is. You know what it is. She was just like, Bernie, man, she told me to bust a move. And I mean, her will get ready to get into it. But I told her, I said, you ain't gonna hit. She said, you a hit. I said, you ain't gonna hit. She said, you a But anyway, let me start like her. My grandma play. She didn't play. I ain't said nothing. I was like, yes, ma'am. Cause honey, she wasn't. But she said, she didn't bring you well. She didn't bring you. She wasn't playing. Back in the day, they didn't play. So you had to be careful and only know how to act. And that's where all the bullets are coming from anyway, for a matter of fact, because if only know how to act, then nobody wouldn't be bullied, because people would know how to go to school and respect their next classmate. And no matter how fine I is or was, I mean, they didn't have to hate on me like they wanted to beat me up every day. You know, I've been born fine. I was born fine when my mom used to put ponytails in my hair, one was sticking off here and one was sticking off there. I was still fine it now. You already know. When my teeth was bucking over there, they laughing at my gear. I stuck up my gear. I don't care because I'm going places. I'm in your living room. I'm on your phone. I'm in the zone. I'm just doing YouTube. That's what I did. And I'm bringing my dad's whole stories direct to you. Baby, what you need to do is hit that subscribe button. And when you hit it, it's going to pop up a bell. Hit the top bell. That's going to let you know each and every time I come through with an even another one, ghetto stories for you. And I know I want to keep you posted on everything that goes down, how it go down, when it go down, why it go down, shut down, throw down, horn town, whatever. You know how I do. My story time don't just be stories, they be ghetto. So it's story time with a ghetto twist. Your girl Keshia Thompson. Like I said, make sure you subscribe and all that. You know what I'm saying? And show mad love. Show mad love, because that's what love supposed to be showed it. And anyway, I love each and every one of y'all. But let me finish this story. I got to get to the meat and potatoes of the story. I didn't went through all this. You know, I ain't gonna stop. I got to let y'all know what actually happened. So back to the story. Jump back in. Okay, anyway. I ran in a Hardy, my grandma Hardy, and I was hard crying car. I had got my ride with. I had just got the bus, and then she just met me there. Bam! You know, I was like, "What you think you going to?" Bam! I was on the floor. You know, the whole deal, looking at the grass blades and all that. You know, seeing stars and counting. You know, whatever. I woke up, came to myself. She was gone as usual. She had to whip my ass and all. So I ran to my grandma's house, and I was like, "Grandma!" And I was crying, and snot was coming out. I was like tears and all that. And she was like, don't even tell me that she whipped you. Don't even tell me that she whipped you. And I was like, yeah, grandma, she had whipped me. So she was like, this is it. Either you gonna fight her or you fighting back. And I love my grandma. I want to fight her, even though, you know, sometimes she be over me. I'm on her. I don't get so bad. But my grandma wasn't the type to talk. She didn't let it talk, honey. She get right down to business. You want to talk back to her, you was going to get killed. She wasn't playing. And I don't mean it to be like, you know, playing like, she went F you up. If you went at her and you got a grandma that's over 75 years old, you already know what it is. They came from the old school. And they don't play with children. Children stayed in children play, and grown folks stayed in grown folk play. And children didn't get in grown folk business like they do, you know, now. But like I said, she pulled me by. She came out there. She said, come on, you going to fight today. You going to fight today. I'm sick of you running in here getting baited out. So by the time I went out there, like I said, homegirl was gone, but she had came back out there. So she was standing out there talking to another girl. So grandma said, you know, stand back here. I'm going to watch you. Go ahead and do what you got to do. You better tear her up. Because if you don't tear her, I'm going to tear you up. So then I had walked out there to her. And I was like, yeah. So she was like, is something wrong with you? What you mean? Yeah, why? So, you know, I just act like I'm listening to music because I ain't really want to fight you, know what I'm saying? But I was scared, but I'm trying to bring it all up on her like I'm aggressive, make it sound good. So my grandma would think I was doing something. I was like, yeah. And grandma standing back, so I was like, yeah. Make it like I was fussing. And really, I was like, yeah. How you doing? Yeah. How you? You know, I ain't even trying to fight you type though. I'm looking at her like, don't say that, but my grandma making me do this, like, you know, I don't even want to fight you. What had happened was, you know, we cool. You know, we ain't never had no problem. You know, my grandma said, you know, point blank, if I don't beat you up, she gonna beat me up. So it's got to be on and poppy. Homegirl just bust out laughing. Look, the other girl with her just bust out laughing. And I'm like, you know, I always been a comedian, and I always love the fact that my words are entertainer now. one person and no one person were entertaining me, but at the same time, I wasn't trying to be funny though. I was at the same time. I was double blocked because either way I was getting whipped. Either my bully was whipping me or my grandma was, and then she would tell my auntie, and then I would have her, and she would owe me an ass whooping. Until I would get home, get ass whooping. So my little ass was on fire, and like everywhere I went, I would just, what is going on? So I was like, I'm gonna fight today because grandma told me that as long as you keep letting her do this to you, she ain't never gonna stop, and it's gonna get to the point where it's an every day thing, and you gonna be sitting there getting whipped it and wonder why you got whipped. It ain't the way it's supposed to be. When you do what you do, it ain't. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? But that's what had happened. So before I knew it, I closed my eyes. It's so funny, y'all. I have never seen nobody beat nobody in the minute I'm about to tell you. And I am not no influencer. Like I said, I influence a lot of people when they want to get the stories out and they got to it. And that's the way I do. I just don't hold nothing, edit nothing. I just bring it on out to you with the no one get those stories. So today, like I said, I was like, I got to do something. I got to do something now. Because by that time, people was coming all around. It was a crowd. And my back was up against the road. You know what I'm saying? I got to do something. My back against the wall. My grandma looking like, you better tell her. I see homegirl standing there laughing with her homegirl. Like, she not even taking me serious. Like, I'm a joke. Like, she insulting me like I ain't even for real. Like, what I'm saying don't mean. It ain't going down like that. So I closed my eyes and did the best thing that a scared can do when she don't want to fight, but got to fight because her back up against the wall. She trying to end bullying and then tell a story about how she, how she learned how to fight and how she stopped bullying, her bullying from happening to her. So what I did, I let all my frustration that they were coming in my ear. People were laughing, all that, and I just zoned everybody. All of a sudden, I couldn't see grandma no more. I couldn't see nobody but my bully, and I was focused on her, and the audience was round us. Everybody holler, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So I was like, oh, it's about to go down. Meanwhile, homegirl still talking to her other homegirl, and she laughed and like, is this some serious? Am I ever gonna be taught this serious? Like, is this the way it's going down? And so I was like, yeah, I did what the best thing. I scared back here, do a situation like that don't know how to fight. Because I ain't know if I took her from the left, she might got me from the right. If I took her to the right, she might got me from the left. So I'm dipping and dodging and dipping and tripping and flipping and honey dipping. And I'm like, how am I gonna do this? So I just took all the bit of anger, all of me from being bullied from all this time. And people laughing and thinking that I'm a joke, thinking I ain't about that lie. And then I just put everything all in one, all in my head, all in my mind, my heart. And it goes up, let go. And then I just put all my little hands right together. They was shaking and I was shaking and I was weak, having an attack. I didn't care no more. I said, she done beat me every day. I got to defend myself. So I balled up one fist, I balled up the other, and I started swinging them like I would get ready to play double, like I was swinging a double dutch, like I was swinging two ropes playing double dutch. I was swinging, double. Before I know it, all I seen was my enemy. She looked like she was covered up in a red cloth, and I was a bull dude. I kept running after, and then when I finally got to her, she sitting there still laughing with a homegirl, not paying me. I'm like, yeah, all right, little girl, yeah, whatever. So I bought that one fist while I kept on going, but then, like I was playing double dutch, and before I knew it, I was upside her. Hey! Hit her with the right, hit her with the left, hit her with the right, hit her with the left. Next thing I know, that whole girl didn't know what to do. And I was too scared to stop. I'm like, I'm on a roll now. I'm on a roll. So I turned down, bam, 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 hit her with the left, boom, hit her with the right, hit her with the left, hit her with the right, hit her with the left, hit her with the right, right, left, 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 right, left. And I kept feeling every time that I would punch it, I would feel if my fist applied to her maul, this skull, and her head, and she would back and forth. But after a while, when I would pull it, throw and punch it, I didn't feel no return. So I looked on the ground, and the poor child was on the ground bleeding. I said, I didn't tell this girl. But my girl, I was like, that's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. So it took me back like I was on a Friday movie or something. I was like, oh my God. And that, you guys, is a story on how I learned to fight And how I stopped bullying, because after that, homegirl, she say me, she would go the other way. If I was over here, she go over there. If I was over there, she go over here. If I was up, she go there. She avoided me at all costs. And I ain't never had no problem with bullying ever since then. You know what I'm saying? My edges done kind big. My head done grow. And I done got big bone and not skinny no more. I ain't scared no more. So anybody want to fight me? What? Make an appointment. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't going to hear the story nowhere else, because it's kind of direct from your girl Keshia Townsend. And Ghetto Stories by Keshia. This is a wrap. It's another freaking ghetto story by Keshia. I love each and every one of y'all. So if you being bullied out here and you need to know how to stop the bullying and you need to learn how to fight, you need to watch this video over and over and over and over and over. But not before you subscribe. Press the subscribe and hit that top vibrating bell. That's gonna let you know each and every time I come through with another ghetto story direct to you. I love y'all. This has been a real one. Don't get bullied and learn how to fight. You heard it best from your girl Keshia Townsend from Ghetto Stories by Keshia. Boom. Ate my face. It's over with. You die. If you enjoyed that beautiful bean footage, be sure to click like, subscribe, and share, and all of that good stuff. I love y'all. Until the next video. Peace.